This is a repeat of the last one we did, a very basic outline. We're going to do something more intricate today, so make sure you have all your tools ready: a protractor, a compass, a pencil, a 0.2 millimeter pen, a rubber and a ruler. The first thing to do, as we did last time, is to mark the center of the piece of paper. Ideally use A4 paper, as I've done here, so that it can create the 7 centimeter circle, and we can fit our intricate pattern in there. And what we're going to do is we're going to mark the center and then move on from there. So we've got the center here, and now what we're going to do, use that as 0 and then mark a 7 centimeter space, and then mark each 0.5 centimeter point along that line. So what we're going to end up with is 14 circles, and the intricacy begins with this, because last time we did it a centimeter apart, but now we're doing it 0.5 centimeters apart. The next part is obviously the most difficult part of this, in my view, which is trying to get the circles symmetrical and correct with the use of a compass and a pencil. Take your time with this. Do it as faintly as possible, but enough so that you can see it as a guide for your mandala, and because we're going to have to erase it later on, so you don't want the imprint from the pencil to be too deep onto the page, especially because normal printing paper is quite thin anyway. So do that for all the circles and up until the middle, and be careful because it's obviously a sharp point, but also don't worry if it goes a bit chaotic, because it's still, after all these years, chaotic for me too. So once you've got all your circles done, as you can see, as chaotic as it has been, you've got 14 circles there. What you're going to do now is use your protractor, find the center again, line up at 0 degrees and 180 degrees through your center line, and try and find the 90-degree point, which is there. And then you're going to mark 5 degrees all the way around the entire circle. So 5 degrees there, 5 degrees there, 5 degrees there, and you're going to continue that around the whole thing. Again, just like marking 0.5 centimeters, 5 degrees is half of what we did last time, and thus it will increase the intricacy compared to the basic outline we did last time as well. That's the top half done. So we're going to do the other side. Again, line it up across the line at 0 and 180 degrees. Mark 90 degrees if you want to, but it's much easier now. So just continue at 5 degree spaces and mark throughout the rest of the circle. there we are. You've seen all of that. Now we're going to join up the lines to make our intricate base. So again, for ease, line up the 90-degree centimeter ones and work your way across, alternating there. There we go. Take as long as you need with this, there's no rush. This is a piece of work that is supposed to help you find the beauty of the line, but also something to enjoy as well. So it's not, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't matter, keep doing it, because yeah, that's how we've all learned. Just keep working your way all over. So you get something like this. Do you see the intricacy? It makes such a difference compared to what we had before. So now what we're going to do is going to start working with our pen, and I've marked the central circle there. That's all I've done. Now just start building a small arc-like shape, using up at least, I'd say, 3 lines or 2 lines, so it becomes very intricate, and it only is as high as the next circle. Something like that. Then we're going to start building. Going to use 4 of the lines to create a petal. Do you see that? So it's much more thicker than the previous ones, and we're going to use 2 circles to create a longer petal shape. We're going to do that across the whole thing in this way. So again, symmetry, the use of the lines that we've just drawn, and an alternative shape to the one before. One of the things I realized about this is I've chosen 4 lines to use. Sometimes you might worry that it might not work, but you've got to take the risk, and it has worked here, so there you go. Right, so now we're going to do something different now. We're going to actually have a pointed petal, and we're going to use again 4 lines, and we're going to use 2 circles, and we're going to use create something like that, and again mirror it across the whole of the circles. Now I'm just showing you something I'm creating. You can copy it completely, but again, you have your own base here. You can do anything. You can do sort of whatever shapes that you want. We tend to go for symmetry. We tend to go for, I don't know why, but flowers, as I always do. But there is so much potential and so many opportunities that a base of a mandala can give you, that again, just experiment and just recreate these things again and again. There's no reason why you can't go back on a tutorial and do the basic one again, or come back to this 5 times and do this again and create a different design each time. There's nothing stopping you. So there we go. Now we're going to add some detail here, just these circles. To add a little bit of intricacy and depth. There we go. right? And now, like we did in the first one, we're gonna create a line across and then these arcs again, but only a sort of circle deep. So this needs to be closed off here all around. You see? You do that all around there. And then you just build this as well. Again, you can see the symmetry coming up because you're using the guide to help you create that symmetry. So we've done that, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do a bigger arced petal. So we're going to use 3 lines across and 3 circles deep to create this larger petal arc design. And we're going to do that all the way across. So we've done that, and now again we're just going to add these circles in between just to fill the space and to add to the intricacy. There we go. And now we're going to add some more depth. So again, like we did before, use 1 circle and 1 line depth to create this next part of the pattern. You don't have to close it off this time. You can run the line through to the arc of the petal. So it doesn't matter. So it's slightly different to the other one, but do that all the way around. So now for the outermost design, we are going to do a sort of squarish petal, but with arced corners, like you can see there. We're going to use 3 lines going down, and we're going to use the 3 circles that are left. So this is going to be this most spacious part of it. So when you get into the detail of these petals, you can start using the space that you have there in creating some real intricacy, but I'm going to show you an adequate enough outline so that you can finish off this basic sort of intricate outline to then build on. But as I said, the use of the lines that you've created across the circles and the circles themselves, because they are a smaller space than the ones before, there is so much potential and opportunity for intricacy. I tend to not go any smaller than that, so I would never go sort of lesser than 0.5 centimeters space or 5 degree spaces, because it just gets too difficult. You can try, but I haven't done it in my sort of practices yet. So whilst you're getting up to sort of a level where you feel more confident, there's nothing wrong with doing it. It's just I haven't, and at the moment I would encourage you to stick to 0.5 or 5 degrees as the sort of the most smallest amount of space that you can use. And there we go. See? So that's the whole use of a 7 centimeter space that we've had. We've seen the one before. It's a bit basic. This is a little bit more intricate. You can add a little bit more intricacy now, like I'm doing here with these inner arcs in the larger spaces, because again, this guide is for intricacy a little bit more, whereas the other one was a little bit more basic. But again, your creativity matters much more than me telling you what to do. These are guides that just help you. And again, look, you can see just how much more intricate it is. Now this part, I want to show you something slightly different, where the inner line isn't touching any other line. So it looks more like a shield. Again, you don't have to do it this way. You can choose to do it a different way. This is just to show you the differences, different patterns that you can actually start to build. And later in the series in the year, I will go into much more of that. But in the first few weeks, I want to get you used to these outlines. So you've seen this now. And again, we're going to just repeat the arcs within the smaller arcs there. And we're going to do that across the whole thing. You start to see the intricacy happening much more. And now we're going to do the last one again. There we go. Just a simple sort of arc shape that mirrors the outer line as well. So it looks symmetrical. It looks as neat as you can make it. But again, these are practices. These aren't anything else. I want you to enjoy this tutorial as much as it helps you concentrate on something that you may not have ever done before. So yeah, just enjoy it. Just find your rhythm, find how you handle these different instructions. I do welcome feedback as well if I'm not clear in something, so do drop it in the comments. But apart from that, the aim of this is to have a sort of guide, like a stabilizer when you start riding a bike, but to also find your own flow and your own ability. And I hope one day it unlocks enough within you to find your own voice in your art. These mandalas have helped me quite a bit in the recent years, but mandalas in general are there to help you mentally as well as skill up on the lines that you draw. So utilize them, enjoy them, give me feedback, and that's it really. And that's your intricate outline. You can colour it in, you can add more lines to it, but there you are.